famous writer of the 1940s, George Orwell. This animated story attacks totalitarianism as its main theme. By totalitarianism, I mean a situation where there is one political party or person that has complete power or control over the people. As my colleague has just cited a brief summary of Animal Farm, the animal's dream was to create a society within themselves where they will all live happily, peacefully and free. It still remained a dream for them because every figure that got into power seemed to get drunk by the power and tends to overuse it. For example, in the story, we have a character, for those who know or have read the story before, we have a character by the name Napoleon, who eventually became a totalitarian as he tasted power. With that revelation, it's proven that we have good and bad leaders among us, which in the story are represented by Snowball and Napoleon. George Orwell intended to highlight that we should always be in a position to choose leaders wisely, be it in class, when electing class monitors and prefects, because if you do not choose the right leaders for the job, they tend to manipulate, boss, and not leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to focus on the writing style. Orwell uses a unique and fascinating style of writing whereby he assigns different farm animals human attributes, which is excuse me. Orwell uses a unique and fascinating style of writing whereby he assigns different farm animals human attributes, which is anthropomorphism, rather personification. This is to convey a theme of the corrupt influence of power and totalitarianism in the book. This, which I find intelligent and intellectual. It's a true fact that we have a certain group of people who are exploited by those in high positions. This is why I chose to accord attention to a certain character in the story, Boxer, a hard-working horse with a slogan, "I will work harder." He symbolizes those that toil day and night, but their hard work is enjoyed by those in power. Therefore, the message brought about by this character is that malicious groups of people will continue to use propaganda to usurp power, to exploit the vulnerable, and to control the masses. Therefore, George Orwell used different farm animals to represent different people in society. However, the corrupt influence of power is portrayed by Napoleon, who got drunk by the power he obtained. He and his companions became more like the humans they overthrew. They even invented a quote which said, "All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others." You know what? To be quite frank with you, I'm not a fan of political scenarios and cannot stand reading a book about politics. Trust me, I'm not. But because Orwell used animation to address politics, I found interest in reading and understanding the field, which is great due to its simplicity. Most importantly, George Orwell features us as a school and learners as a whole, as he actually highlights on the importance of learning in the story. The pigs are good models because they became much clever than the other animals through reading. Through reading. I want to emphasize that one. Through reading. The failure by the other animals to read led to them being manipulated and exploited by the pigs. Now, thus emphasizing on the main gist why we are here, learning, reading, right? Let's take it back to real life. You see, reading is very important, as my colleague did cite here. Excuse me. I will make an example I'll make an example of a book. It's just a simple book. A book talking about space. Excuse me for the inconvenience caused. I will make an example of a book talking about space. Imagine that your friend or the person next to you read a book about space. He or she now knows that there are space rockets. She now knows all the things, the components that are found in space. But you, just because you did not read the book, it means you do not know there are space rockets. I want to emphasize the importance of reading. Reading